I heard about this, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago. But it was a story somebody told about a man who worked near a brickyard, so where they would make bricks. And the brickyard was closed off by a fence. He had one of those old metal tin lunch boxes, like the old timers used to use, kind of like oval on top, the ones I'm talking about. So every day when he would get out of work, he would have to walk by this brickyard. And he realized that every day that he was walking past this fence of this brickyard, that over the course of the day, several bricks that were being unloaded, or I don't know what, would fall over the fence. They'd end up on the other side of the fence. So he got the notion every day to just pick up one of those bricks on his way home. And he would store that in his empty lunchbox and walk home with that brick. If memory serves me right, when I heard about this, it was presented as an honest-to-God true story. So I'm assuming that it was a true story. And before I did started the show today or anything like that, I didn't do any research online to see if I could find a true example of this, but I just wanted to keep it pure from my memory, when I heard this told to me. So the guy did this for like 20 years. Or something like that. Every day he'd come home and it would just become a routine for him. He would pick up one brick, put it in his lunchbox, carry that home. And do you know that when he retired, he had one of the nicest brick homes built than anybody in the entire area or neighborhood. And he had to pay nothing for the bricks. So basically, except for labor and stuff like that, maybe other materials that he needed to buy, basically because of his insight and willingness to just collect one brick every day for 20 years or something like that, he was able to build a brick home and pay absolutely nothing for the bricks. So it was almost like getting a big, beautiful brick home for free. What this makes me think about are you folks who are worried about experiencing authentic recovery from some emotional disorder overnight. It just ain't a reasonable expectation. It took me 7 years, as I've told you many, many times. And I like to think of myself as that guy, just collecting one brick every afternoon on my way home from work. That is kind of the nature of it. And I've told you in the past that the years are going to go by anyway. So there's no sense in getting discouraged by the amount of time it might take you. It might take you, hopefully it'll take you a lot less than it took me. That's the whole reason I do this work, is to try to cut down on the time that you have to spend. But if it doesn't happen as soon as you'd like it to, there's no reason to get discouraged. You got to think of yourself as that man, patiently, wisely collecting a brick and putting it in his lunchbox every day. The time is going to go by. These things accumulate and add up. The important thing is that you are picking up that brick every single day, patiently and with endurance. You have to consider too that picking up one brick is a very manageable thing to do. Just one brick a day. You're walking by there anyway. You're carrying an empty lunchbox in your hand anyway, right? So it's not like this guy had to kill himself to accomplish such an impressive thing. He just did a little bit each day. That accumulated over time. And think about how proud he was to finally build that house when the time was right. So I hope you find that encouraging, and that you find some parallels that you can apply that to in your own life. I appreciate you watching or listening to this Orange Slice, which are brief highlights taken from full episodes of the Last Symptom podcast. You can subscribe to the full audio episodes on any major podcast platform of your preference, such as Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Podbean, and more. Press the subscribe button and the notification bell right now before you forget, and be sure to forward this to anybody else you think could benefit from it.